time on day one of the 2018 Rugby Africa Men's Sevens. It's all about making sure that you qualify for those quarterfinals tomorrow to give yourself an opportunity to win the title of the best rugby sevens team on the African continent. Coming up next, it will be Uganda versus Senegal. Uganda, a very, very good performance from them in their first game today, and they will be up against the Senegalese side, who will be hurting a little bit. Well, after not a great performance against Ghana earlier today, and Senegal will be out to hit their strides rather in this encounter. Uganda, as we said earlier, a lot of the play revolves around the likes of Philip Walkeroch and Michael Okoroch, and also don't forget about Aaron Afoy with their playmaker in the number 9 jersey, who will be looking to control play for this Ugandan side. It has started raining here in Jamal, which will affect play a little bit, but hopefully it's just a passing shower and it won't come down as it did come down in that final round of the Gold Cup, where the game had to be called off because of thunder and lightning. But we are all set for this third last game of day one. Uganda will be in their yellow and black strip, playing from right to left, and to receive the kickoff it will be Senegal. In picture there, Iban Olkomendi for Senegal. A lot of the play also revolves around him for the Senegalese side. And then just in shot there, Timothy Kisiga for Uganda. Played in Hong Kong in 2018. One of the young players in the side, and definitely a player that Uganda will look to use effectively here today. Good work from the restart by Senegal as they managed to win the ball. And it's Mamadou Ndaye. Got the pass away to Iban Olkomendi, and the ball going out into touch, and the referee will bring them back for the knock-on. So it will be the first scrum of the game for Senegal. Liam, a big game this one for Uganda. They really want to build on their impressive win from yesterday and take the momentum into day two.
Yeah, they'll certainly be the favourites in this encounter, Johan, and as you said, they'll be wanting to build on what they did in the first game, just build their performances as they go into day two, and a win here will cement themselves a place in the quarterfinals tomorrow. They are going to be contenders in the latter half of the competition, so this will all be about performance and improvements there.
Olkomendi opting to boot the ball downfield. Running back for Uganda is Haruna. And now Kisiga. Kisiga back to Haruna. Haruna loses the ball backwards. Almost gets past the first defender. Picked up at the back by Ofoyworth, taking the contact himself. And he does well to make sure that he has enough support before swinging the ball out wide. And now it's Philip Walkeroch with that step of his, but not effective on this occasion. It's been turned over, but legally done by the Senegalese. So the penalty is there for Uganda. Typically taken by Haruna. Haruna with the dummy. Haruna brought to ground on the halfway line. Ofoyworth picking it up at the back. Gets the offload away now into the hands of Oketayot. Oketayot has got support, but he might not need it. Decides to go on the outside. Eventually he's brought to ground about 10 meters short of the try line. Kisiga picks it up. Gets it away to Ofoyworth. A long pass, a skip pass over the head of Haruna into the hands of Philip Walkeroch. He spots a little bit of space, decides to put in the kick. He's not going to get the bounce though. Senegal dotted down, and the referee will bring them back for a 5-meter scrum.
This Uganda team very well aligned on that across the field, very deep, willing to work onto the ball nicely. Didn't use their passing as well and opted for the kick over the top, which very nearly went into the hands of Philip Walkeroch. But they do get this scrum very close to the line, 5 meters out. They've split their back line, one each side, and the playmaker in behind. So chance for the scrum off to dart down that right side. It'll be created 2-on-1. But let's see how the scrum ends up.
Out at the back, it comes the way of Philip Walkeroch. And Philip Walkeroch steps on the inside, and Philip Walkeroch goes over for the first points of this game. It took Uganda just under 3 minutes, but finally they break the deadlock.
Seemingly easy work for Philip Walkeroch, a real talented Ugandan player and a good finisher. Just used a little bit of a swerve, bit of footwork left and right, beat the Senegalese defender, and it's an easy try for Uganda. They open their account.
Okoroch taking the conversion himself, and he's going to push it away to the right. So the score remains Uganda 5, Senegal 0. And the experience that Uganda would have picked up by playing in the Commonwealth Games, playing in the Sevens Rugby World Cup, playing in Hong Kong, that certainly will stand them in good stead here as they come up against some of the smaller teams in Africa. And it just shows that the more you play against good opposition, the better you will start performing. And Senegal will definitely learn from this game as well. But at the moment, they're right in this as the ball goes to Dan Facha, and he breaks through the middle of the field. Needs to find support. Still managing to make his way forward. Eventually, he's brought to ground on the 10-meter line of Uganda. Picked up now by Babakar Ba into the hands of Olkomendi, and deciding to kick it through is Ibrahima Diaby. But the referee will bring them back for a knock-on. It will be a scrum for Uganda.
Well, Dan Facha just showing the strength of his carrying, which we saw in the last game that Senegal played. He scored and set up a couple of tries. Very strong man, plays on the flank in the 15s game, and just showing his powerful running there, but very inaccurate handling from the Senegalese team, gifting the ball back to Uganda. Scrum centre field here.
Foyworth feeds, or Foyworth picks it up at the back. He's got support on his outside, decides to put in a little chip kick, and a lucky bounce there for Timothy Kasiga. And that will be try number 2 for Uganda. One of the young players in the squad, combining nicely with Aaron Foyworth, who's got a little bit more experience. And Uganda double their lead.
Great little combination play there from Foyworth, the playmaker for this Ugandan team. Spots that there's no sweeper in the backfield. Little chip over, bounces nicely for his support player there. An outstanding play from Kasiga's got an enormous amount of pace to work with.
Foyworth with the restart again, hanging nicely, and this time Uganda managed to win the ball back into the hands now of Foyworth, eyeing up his options, decides to go through the middle. He gets past the first defender, but now it's been intercepted by the Senegalese. And back in the hands now of Uganda. It's Philip Walkerot down the middle of the field. He steps away on the outside. He gets around Babakar Ba, and that will be the 3rd try for Uganda. It's Philip Walkerot who will round off in between the sticks. And Uganda have 17 with the conversion to come just before the halftime break.
Oh, Philip Walkerot just showing the quality of his talent and good sense of where he was on the field there. He didn't dot the ball down when he fell over and took it underneath the poles. We've spoken about those conversions being critical. There is a bit of a breeze down on pitch side, so getting as close to the poles as you can gives you the better chance of those extra 2 points, which Uganda do get, and they push their lead up. Yeah, you see the break from Walkerot, a lot of pace from him. Not much need to use a lot of footwork, just slight change of angle, uses the fend, and then dots down under the poles.
Foyworth again with the restart, and it's again hanging there for Uganda to try and get their hands back on the ball. This time it lands favorably for Dan Facha to Olkomendi now. Olkomendi loses the ball forward, so it's available for Michael Okoroch, and Okoroch now showing his class as he gets the pass away to Kasiga. Brought to ground 5 meters short. Still there for Uganda as the penalty is awarded as well. And numbers available for Uganda if they decide to spread it wide. Kasiga to Oketayot. Trying to draw in a few defenders before exposing the space out wide. Pressure being put on Okoroch, but Senegal in an offside position. So they will be down to 6 players for the next 2 minutes. And a great opportunity here for Uganda to score their 4th try. With their 1-man advantage, it goes to Kasiga. And Kasiga is going to do it himself. He steps over the try line, and that's try number 4 And Uganda really in control of this game. Senegal with it all to do in the second half to try and stay in the match. So the break there from Kasiga, and he managed to get over the try line. And a very, very good performance from Uganda. I think they knew going into this game that on day one it will be all easy going for them, and it's all today just about putting their systems in place, testing it against some of the weaker opposition, because tomorrow will be a different story. So the halftime score here in this encounter, it's Uganda 26, Senegal 0. So Senegal taking their time with the team talk. And finding yourselves 26-0 down, it's not too much that a coach can say to try and fix things tactically. Perhaps just try and give a little bit of a motivational speech to make sure that they don't drop their heads here.
Yeah, and it's also looking to day two, Johan, and looking at the performance rather than the result, and trying to work on your game. Good sides who get to the end of a competition, end of a sevens competition, have often built through the tournament, got better and better as they went along.
Mamadou Sarr gets us underway for the second half, and it's Ofoyerwith who takes and immediately decides to give a long pass over to this near side. Gets the offload away now to Byron Oketayot, one of the Ugandan loose forwards in the 15s game. Picked up now by Kasiga. Long pass from Ofoyerwith into the hands of Philip Wakoroch. And he finds Haruna. Haruna stepping nicely on the inside, but then Uganda losing control and no advantage being played. So it will be a scrum for Senegal. And the rain, as we said, has started falling here a little bit, so the ball is becoming a little bit more slippery. And it will be tough going out there for the final few teams in action today.
Yeah, Uganda just using the width of the field, something that some of the African sides could look at and make use of a little bit more in this tournament. So unfortunately the pass not going to hand, but quality play there from Uganda, and it is a Senegalese put in, turned over by Uganda.
Good work at the scrum by Uganda. They've got a man over on this near side, and they find Kasito. He's stopped just short of the try line. In fact, the referee says that that last pass went slightly forward, or there was a knock on there. So it will be a scrum for Senegal, but the previous scrum not working out, and there the ball lost forward.
Well, there's a really good opportunity here for the Ugandan team to attack the Senegalese scrum and just put them under pressure really close to their line here. They have got a man in the bin, so it's going to be really difficult to make their way out of this 5-meter area. Do they kick or do they try and run it?
Oh, try and run it and then losing the ball forward. It was a knock-on from Abu C. And now a real opportunity for Uganda to get the first points of the second half, as they also make a substitution. On comes Ian Munyani, making his sevens debut, made his 15s debut this year. Gets an opportunity to show what he can do in the game of sevens as well.
This is a good position for Uganda. They're just on the 5-meter line. They've got a full back line out wide. If they can keep their quality of their passing at a very high standard, they could easily run in here into the corner.
This time Uganda put under pressure at scrum time, but the penalty is still there, so it's a Foyworth who's going to take it before, well, he just wants to settle his back line first. And now a Foyworth, and the switch on this near side, taken into contact by Kasiga, and he stopped just short, and he gives away the penalty as well. Senegal speeding things up. I thought they might just slow things down a little bit to try and find touch, try and play the possession game a little bit, but obviously backing themselves to run their way out of their own 22. Sarr with the long pass to Kamara, the captain of the Senegalese team, now opting to go, or trying to go around on the right-hand side as Nyang is stopped short, and that's good defense by Uganda, and it will be a 5-meter scrum for Uganda.
Just not really going anywhere there, Senegal, in their attack. Passes not of a very good quality, not in front of the ball carrier, and it just meant that the advancing Ugandan defense snagged up players and put them under pressure to turn that ball over, and this provides a really good attacking position. The left-hand side scrum allows you to get your scrum off to pick up and run, and almost creates that extra attacker for the attacking team.
Pass comes away of Philip Walkeroch. He's got Casito on his outside, decides to use him now. He goes for the corner, does Adrian Casito, and I think he loses it as he is about to dot it down. The referee just wants to confirm with the assistant referee, but I think that was lost forward.
Did very good there, did Casito, to try and get around his defender, but unfortunately maybe a slightly slippery ball from this little drizzle that we've had here, and Jamal just unfortunately caused him to knock the ball on, and Michael Okerach coming off the field. So Uganda obviously feeling very much in control of this game. 2 minutes to play.
Pressure scrum for Senegal as Babakar Ba waits to feed. Puts it out into the hands of Abu Si. It's getting very difficult for these players to control the ball, with the rain continuing to come down here. Babakar Ba trying to find touch. He finds touch, but he can only manage to get it about 5 meters short of the 22-meter line. So still lets Uganda remain on the attack, and an opportunity perhaps here for Uganda to also test their line out ahead of tomorrow's knockout matches. And we see Benjamin Sagno making his way onto the field for Senegal in the #1 jersey.
Uganda have had a lot of possession in this Senegalese 22-meter line, and they've got to turn it into points now if they're going to be the efficient side that they want to be later on in the competition.
Messi at line-out time, and the ball was lost forward. First knock-on looks like it came from a Senegalese hand. So still Uganda are camping in the Senegalese 22 and still waiting for their first points of this second half. Foyworth gets it out into the hands of Kasiga. Now it's Okoroch on that near side, and again a handling mistake. And this is really becoming quite scrappy.
It has been a very scrappy second half here, and both sides with poor handling errors. And Uganda will be disappointed with the last 2-3 minutes. They've been camped inside the Senegalese 22. They've had enough possession, haven't turned it into points. And one of the key things with sevens is the pace with which you are able to, or the efficiency with which you're able to turn your possession into points.
Another wayward pass coming the way of Adrian Casito. Tries to get around on the outside, brought to ground inside the 22. Picked up now by Ian Munyani. And Senegal this time doing good work at the breakdown. They forced the penalty. And it's Niang who decides to kick the ball downfield. The chase is not quite there, but the referee awarding a penalty. I think after the kick he was infringed upon. So it's taken quickly now by Abu C. C gets the pass away to Sagno. Now So struggling to control that ball. But the referee is happy for play to continue. And it looks like there was a dangerous tackle there. So it's still Senegal with an opportunity to break their bagel in the final few moments of this game. Miscommunication there between Mamadou Sarr and Ba. And I think best option here for Senegal might be to just put the ball out into field, but still they want to continue playing. It's Mamadou Niang gets the pass away to Mamadou Sarr. Can Senegal get over the try line? Sagnou. And Sagnou falls over his own feet on the 10-meter line of this Ugandan side. One of the Ugandan players still receiving some attention. Ball comes back to Mamadou Sarr. And it really is quite scrappy out there at the moment. Back it comes to Mamadou Niang. Still there for Senegal. Babakar Ba. And then lost forward by Mamadou Sarr, but the referee will come back for the penalty advantage that he was playing. Babakar Ba to Mamadou Sarr. Sarr makes his way into the half of Uganda. Now it's Mamadou Niang. Niang decides to kick the ball forward. All Uganda have to do here is kick the ball out. It's picked up nicely by Philip Wakaroch. And he looks to have the final say. Philip Wakaroch steps on the inside. He gets the gap. And this will be a race to the try line. But Philip Wakaroch will have enough speed as he toys with the defense, and he goes over. And finally Uganda get their score here in the second half. It took them about 9 minutes or so, because we are into injury time already.
What a talent Philip Wakaroch is, and showed his great pace. Took the ball deep from a kick, a very speculative kick from the Senegalese, and run 80 meters down the field, beaten 2 defenders. And he showed his class in this game. Scored a couple of tries, probably been the most prominent player for this Ugandan team.
So a good performance in the end from Uganda. There were a few worrying moments for them in the second half, not being able to take advantage of their opportunities, something that they'll look to address heading into tomorrow's knockout games. But they've managed to accomplish what they wanted to on day one. They will finish at the top of Group B, which means they will be into the quarterfinals, and they'll probably have a favorable draw as well. And we will expect to see them in the semi-finals. So the full-time score here in the third last game of the day, it's Uganda 31, Senegal 0. So excitement is starting to build here